Today on the Jason Voorhees Says podcast, I'll be discussing if you need to start a brand new YouTube channel, my ultimate lightweight travel podcasting setup, and a whole lot of killing and murder. So go ahead and stick around. Alright, again, there is absolutely no news because I have not been killing people because I have been transformed into a slice of pepperoni pizza. Let me go ahead and take this all off because this is very difficult to breathe in, to understand what I'm saying, and I can't see, and I want to put on my glasses before you see my beady little eyes and my homunculus self. What a disgusting monster. I don't even need a mask. It's just horrifying without anything. Self-deprecating enough for you? We're off to a great start. All right, it's Halloween. That's why I am Jason Voorhees today, dressed as a pepperoni pizza. Because we all know the only thing that's more terrifying than Jason Voorhees is cholesterol clogging your arteries and causing heart disease. So you could say that I am the real threat to the world. Heart disease. Anyway, what am I testing? I am on the Sterling P20, a dynamic microphone that goes for $60. Full disclosure, sent to me by Sterling Audio, so that I can make a video on it, which I will be doing. And there you go. That's the mic that I am using today. We are not talking about any news. I will say, if you're celebrating Halloween or whatever, Samhain, please be safe, please be careful. Check your cotton candy for razor blades and syringes in the movie theater seats and whatever else urban legends there are that are terrifying and scare the pants off people. I don't know. The only thing that terrifies me is mouth noises from being dehydrated, so excuse me while I take a sip of my water. It's Halloween, so we get a little bit goofy. We don't focus. We don't do much. We're just all over the place. Can you tell? Okay, let's talk about what you had to say. We only have one comment that we will be addressing, and this comes from Sound Speeds. That was terrifying. I scared myself. He says, first of all, the Mix-Pre series has analog limiters. As for Shockmount tension, absolutely change the bands if they aren't working for you. If there's too much tension, it can actually cause vibration, similar to how a guitar string works. The trick to finding good bands is to add enough to support the microphone, but not so much that it doesn't move. Try different rubber bands too and see what you think. Most importantly, use your ears. Don't worry about price. Sometimes the cheapest rubber bands are the best. Use the mics as you normally would and listen back for handling noise, vibrations, taps, etc., and adjust accordingly. Alan, aka Soundspeeds, thank you very much for the comment. If everybody does not know, Soundspeeds is an invaluable member of the audio community on YouTube. He does great videos, and if there's anybody to trust regarding tension and shock mounts, it's Soundspeeds. Soundspeeds works on movie sets. He has a microphone suspended in a shock mount all day, every day, and his job is to eliminate every kind of rumble making its way into the microphone. So take Soundspeeds' word for it there. And as far as the Mix-Pre series, that is great news, analog limiters. That is in response to last week I said, I don't know if it has analog or digital limiters. Turns out, analog limiters, which is awesome, which is absolutely excellent. It's exactly what you want. Analog limiters over digital limiters every day. Okay, that's it. Let's jump to the Ask Bandrew segment. We have entered the Ask Bandrew segment. If you have any questions, go to askbandrew.com. There are instructions on how to send in audio, video, and text-based questions. And to answer Planet Rage, you cannot take over this show. I will not allow it. I am on to you. Don't think that you're speaking and planning in private. I understand exactly what you're doing. You cannot take over this show. I will not allow it. As I said, askbandrew.com. Audio, video, and text. I like audio and video because I suck at reading. I'm a stupid idiot, and I can't read, and it's difficult. Please don't make me read. That's the moral of the story. Me reading is scary. Let's jump to the first Question, it is a voice submission from Snappy. Take it away, Snappy.
Hello Bandrew, this is Snappy here once again. Now last time on the podcast I asked you about creating multiple channels for various topics on YouTube, essentially categorizing specific series into their own YouTube channels to not overflow one YouTube channel with too many different styles of videos or types of videos. However, today I've got a little bit of a different question, and it is going to be a lot more harder to answer as it involves the YouTube algorithm. And people say they know how the YouTube algorithm works, but let's be realistic here. No one knows how the YouTube algorithm works. Even the people at YouTube probably don't know how the YouTube algorithm works. Although people do have ideas, such as clickbait getting more views and watch time being good, overall it is still largely a mystery, at least to me. So from one small YouTuber hoping to get some advice from a bigger YouTuber who has what I would consider a successful YouTube channel, I'm wanting to get your opinion on a current situation that I am in. You see, currently I am focusing on making video essays for the video game Minecraft. If you don't know what style of video type that is, it's basically where I, at least, am taking an in-depth analysis into the game design behind Minecraft and why the developers make certain choices regarding the gameplay and those such things. Although before this new style of content I was making, I published a whole bunch of Minecraft tutorials on how to do certain things in the game. So of these hundreds and hundreds of much lower quality videos and of a completely unrelated topic to what I am currently making, I feel that they could possibly be tarnishing my reputation with the YouTube algorithm and also making it think that I am still a Minecraft tutorial based channel, especially considering lots of those tutorial videos are still getting heaps of views, much more than my current new style. So then when I publish a new video of my video essay style, YouTube then recommends that to people who watch tutorials, and also my former subscriber base who all subscribed from watching tutorials. Which leads me to believe that I have a possible disadvantage when it comes to my particular YouTube channel. So I am wondering, would you recommend for me starting a new YouTube channel, completely fresh, no longer monetized, but with the hope that I could get a significant advantage having only uploaded the new highest quality videos I have on that particular style, genre, and topic? Let me know what your thoughts are. Otherwise, have a very good day. Your podcasts are very entertaining, and also to the viewers watching the podcast too, you also have a great day.
Snappy, thank you very much for the voice submission. Let me reiterate what you said. You've published hundreds of how-to and tutorial Minecraft videos, and now you're doing video essays about Minecraft, and you say that they are completely unrelated to what you're doing now. I disagree with that completely. I think that video essays about Minecraft are tangentially related to Minecraft tutorials. I don't think they're different at all. It is the exact same topic, you're just approaching the topic from a different direction. So would I recommend starting a new channel to publish video essays about Minecraft so you're not publishing them on a channel that has Minecraft tutorials? No. I would say publish them to the same channel because they're the same topic, just a different approach. I imagine if you had two groups of people, one being people who are interested in watching Minecraft tutorial videos, and another group of people who are interested in watching Minecraft, video essays, and you've made a Venn diagram of those groups of people, it would be a one circle on top of another because I think it's the exact same group of people. I don't think there's any difference. And that is why I'm not recommending you start a new channel, because the audience is already there. You just need to get your existing audience to notice the new videos. So instead of uploading to a new channel, try playing with the video titles and the video thumbnails to see if you can get your current subscribers, which you say there are plenty of them who are watching and discovering your old videos, your tutorial videos. Find a way to get those viewers to watch your new videos, which are also covering Minecraft, just a different approach to it. So play with title, thumbnail, and maybe even different video topics where you're discussing Minecraft. Do your video essays, maybe just approach different interesting ideas about Minecraft game design, and I think the audience is there on your channel. You just need to find a way to get them to watch it. So no, I do not think you need a new channel. Hopefully that was helpful, Snappy. Best of luck. Let me know what you decide to do. Next, we have a video submission from Clay from the Working Cows podcast. Take it away, Clay.
Hey, Bandrew. This is Clay Connery, host of the Working Cows podcast. I think I've emailed you before talking about my incredibly generous users. They've sent me lots of great equipment over the years. This Rode Procaster, this Shockmount, this boom arm, this Rode Caster Pro, this this XLR cable, this pod mic, this mic stand, and that's where my question comes. Is I have an idea to send out recording equipment to past guests and let them interview people from their neighborhood who have lived through a lot of the history and changes in agriculture. And I would like your recommendation on what to use for a lightweight mic stand. The GatorWorks mic stands are great, but they're very heavy. And so if I was sending a Rode pod mic, a couple of Rode pod mics, some XLR cables, a Zoom H4n. I mean, the list goes on. Those are all things that were sent to me off the Amazon wish list from my listeners. But if I was going to send the Zoom H4n, 2 Rode pod mics, and some XLR cables, what mic stand would you use? And then if you want to go on a tangent, what would your ultimate setup be for good lightweight recording setup to send somebody? So love to hear your answer and look forward to it.
Clay, thank you very much for the video submission. That is an excellent question, and I do remember you from before sending in a video or voice or text submission about your generous listeners. That is incredible and amazing. I'm so glad you have that. To answer the question, the best lightweight microphone stand to ship with the Rode Pod mic for guests to use. It just so happens I have a Rode Pod mic, a very heavy microphone. I also have a very lightweight microphone stand that I absolutely adore. It is the Amoon MS-12, AMMOON MS-12. Goes for about $15. Tiny little foldable microphone stand, incredibly lightweight, and the thing that separates this from other tiny little desktop tripods is it doesn't tip over. There is one issue with this microphone stand. You can't buy it anymore. It's not available on Amazon anymore, so I cannot recommend it. I did find one listing on Amazon that looked similar to this, but I can't verify if that's what it is. And microphone stands of this design and style are typically pretty garbage, so I'm not going to recommend that version because I can't trust it. So what I did, I went on Amazon and found an alternative to the Amoon microphone stand. And before I link it, before I mention it, before I recommend it or anything, I want to make it abundantly clear. I have not used this. I have never owned it. I do not know how it is. I am just basing it off of what it looks like, how I believe it would perform, and I am taking the Amazon reviews with a grain of salt, but it seems to have overly positive reviews. This is the Peak Music Stands SM-02. I will link it in the show notes and description in case you want to check it out. It will be an affiliate link. Disclosure, I get a kickback if you buy it. If not, no sweat off my back or sack or whatever. Water break. And it looks as though it is a durable microphone stand and a lightweight desktop microphone stand as well. So that is what I would recommend for the Rode Pod mic. It's quite a bit bigger than the Amoon, but being that you can't get the Amoon anymore, you kind of have to deal with what's available. If you do end up buying that, let me know what you think of it, Clay, and I'll probably end up buying it anyway as well, because I have to make a video about gift guides, and the Amoon was always on that. But I can't recommend it anymore because it's not available, so I need to find an alternative, stupid idiot Amoon. Now, you say if I want to go on a tangent, What is my ultimate lightweight travel shipping podcast setup? Okay, I had fun with this one, and this, of course, assumes that I trust the person that I'm sending it to, because this is an expensive setup. First, let's just assume I need to send a computer, a MacBook. I have a 12-inch MacBook. It has all the software on it. It has, Audio Hijack. It has Logic. It has Final Cut. I can do all the editing on there. It's not a super powerful computer, but it doesn't need to be, because podcasting is not processor intensive. It is quite lightweight in terms of the computer it requires. Now, I know that's not something you're asking about, but I'm including that just for the sake of it. Then we have interface. If I had the MacBook Air, I would probably take the Universal Audio Aero, because I am stuck in the Universal Audio ecosystem. But being that I don't have the Aero, I don't have a Thunderbolt 3 port, or being that I don't have the MacBook Air, rather, I don't have a lightweight computer that has a Thunderbolt 3 port, so I can't use the Aero. So I am sticking with, actually, what alternatives do I have? Heck, just because it's so lightweight and tiny, I'm sticking with this. It's the Centrance MicPort Pro 2, tiny little travel interface, mobile recording studio thing, single XLR input. I'm just a solo podcaster, so that is more than sufficient. It has a high-pass filter, high-Z input, gain, mixer between USB and line input or the XLR input, headphone monitor volume, and here is the big selling point of this, analog limiter. And that's why I would pick this. Tiny, powerful. One downside, it does require a battery to function. It has an internal battery, a rechargeable battery, but there are two separate ports, one for data, one for battery, and you need to charge it up before you use it. So that's kind of a downside, but given the size, that would probably be it until I get a MacBook Air that has Thunderbolt 3 on it, because then I can still use my Universal Audio plugins, and that's my bread and butter. Then, I guess microphone stand. Yeah, I'll just say the Amoon MS-12 because I have it. It's light. I've traveled with it a number of times with great success, so I'm sticking with that. That's what I'm sticking with. Then we have the cable. Let's pretend that this is not a 10-foot Amazon Basics cable that was in arm's reach. So let's pretend that's not what this is. And let's pretend that it's a 6-foot Mogami XLR to XLR cable, Mogami Gold. That's what I would use. Or I would use the SoundSpeed Special if I had a 6-footer, which I don't. That's what I would pick. And then the microphone. Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. This was a fun one. Okay, what have I selected in the past for travel microphones? I have taken the RE20 before. I have taken the Shure MV71 or something. No, I haven't. I haven't taken that one. I took some kind of Samson mic on travel before. I have taken the Q2U on travel before and didn't use it because I was so busy with work. I have taken the Beyerdynamic M201TG on travel before with great success there as well. So what would I pick today for a travel microphone? I was thinking through this and I was thinking M201TG still? Nah, too predictable. Then I was thinking, shotgun microphone, maybe that Rode NTG5 USB thing. A USB shotgun microphone, eliminate the interface completely. Nah, no thanks. Then I thought, what about a small diaphragm condenser? Maybe the SE Electronics SE8. How about them apples? Maybe the Neumann KM185. Nah. What I landed on is still pretty predictable. I think it's in my favorite XLR microphones article still. It's also a Neumann. It's a Neumann KMS105, a super cardioid or hypercardioid condenser handheld vocal microphone. And as far as travel, I think this thing works wonderfully. It's quite good at background noise rejection, not going to be the best, but it still functions quite well there, and for an untreated space, it's going to do well. Relatively well, I should say. And the sound quality of it is incredible. Quite expensive, $700 for a handheld condenser microphone, but like I said, I'm assuming the person that I'm shipping it to is trustworthy, or I'm going someplace that I don't have to worry about being robbed, and that's what I would go with. Pretty solid setup, I would say, so if I could say so myself. Now, normally I would include a recording here, but this entrance isn't charged up, so that's the downside. That's why I know this big downside. You need to charge up the battery before using it. Okay. Hopefully that was helpful, Clay. I appreciate you very much. And everybody in the comments on YouTube should let me know what your travel podcasting setup would be. Microphone, interface, cable, stand. That's what you need to pick. You can add in accessories if you want. Stand, microphone, interface, cable. Okay, next we have a video submission from Alex. Take it away, Alex from the Ukraine.
Hello, Bandrew. I have a question for you. What are you doing to make your podcast more fun, more entertainment to your viewers? Do you read some books about content creation, or do you do some exercises for your voice, something like that? What advice can you give to me or to other your viewers to make your content more entertaining? Thank you for your answers.
Okay, this is a great question and something that I need to constantly think about. First thing I need to think about is putting away this machete, because I keep playing with it and it's annoying. Okay, what advice would I give to somebody to make their show, more entertaining? I have 3 pieces of advice, all that I have learned from and all that I have implemented to hopefully improve the quality of my show, make it more entertaining, and make it more watchable. First things first, you need to overcome the difficulty of being on camera and become more natural and comfortable on camera and microphone. There's only one way that I can think of doing this, because this is not a natural skill. This is not something that people are born with. They don't just come out of the birth canal, jump in front of a camera and say, hey, I'm wonderful on camera. I'm sure there are some people who do that, but that's a small minority. That's not a common thing. The only way to overcome this and become comfortable on camera and microphone is through repetition. That means you're either going to have to just tough it out through all your videos and all your streams and all your recordings and whatever, or you can practice. That's what I opted for. That's the route that I went. I was not happy with the quality of my performance or persona or front or whatever you want to call it, my personality on camera and microphone. It was unnatural. It was uncomfortable. I hated it. So to overcome that, over a 2-year period, I think I recorded 500 little audio diaries to practice being on microphone. That's 500 chances I got to practice being on mic and become more comfortable with hearing myself and speaking more spontaneously and hopefully being more enjoyable to listen to and being able to riff a bit more and play off of my insecurities and mock myself and do this and that to hopefully make it a little bit more engaging and hopefully more natural, because speaking on microphone is not a natural thing. It's weird. It's super weird to hear yourself, and you hate hearing yourself in your headphones most of the time, but after 500 recordings, you kind of get to the point where you say, whatever, that's just the voice. That's just what it is. You're forced to get used to it because you can't hate yourself 500 days in a row. Or maybe you can. I don't know. I guess I have for a lot more than 500 days. I hate myself all the time. Anyway, that was a bit dark, but that's what I would recommend. Practicing being on camera, practicing being on microphone, and becoming more comfortable and natural on both mediums because that is not a natural skill to have. Secondly, I'm going to recommend preparing before you start recording or streaming. When we start out, we don't have an audience large enough to, I guess, carry the entire stream or provide guidance on your videos to make sure that they're entertaining the entire time. So in order to overcome that, we need to put in a little bit more work before we start recording or streaming. We may look at people like Joe Rogan and the No Agenda Show and say, well, they go 3 hours without doing much preparation. They just pull it up and they go. They're so good. Well, guess what? We're not them. We're not Joe Rogan. We're not Adam Curry. We're not John C. Dvorak. So we can't do that. We need to put in a bit more work and understand that our skills are not at that level, and we need to value our audience's time. So by creating an outline, that's what I'm recommending you do. Create an outline for your show, for your stream, for your video, whatever it is you're doing, because that will give you guidance on what you're doing next. It will eliminate the downtime where you're fumbling around in the dark saying, oh my gosh, what am I going to talk about next? Or if you're streaming, sitting there for 5 minutes in complete silence. If you're streaming, make a list of topics that you want to discuss and discuss them, because I can tell you, if you go into a stream and the person is sitting there dead silent, not saying anything, and the gameplay isn't particularly interesting or amazing or downright incredible, you're going to bounce right out and move on. You need to make the stream, the podcast, the video engaging right off the bat, because you never know who's going to come in and you never know which podcast or video is going to be somebody's first impression of you. So do preparation before you hit record and before you start streaming or publishing or anything. And the last piece of advice is we need to be honest with ourselves about our strengths and our weaknesses. I know, I'll use myself as an example so you can hear the self-deprecation. I know that my personality is quite terrible and would not carry or would not make people want to watch me daily. That means that I am going to understand my weakness and I am not going to develop a content strategy that is focused around people watching me for my personality. So I'm not going to start a daily vlog, because who would want to watch me sitting around eating popcorn all day? Probably nobody. So I'm not going to do that. Also, I know there are very few people who are mentally unstable enough to do what I have done with my videos. It takes somebody who is autistic as heck to sit down every... I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. I'm going to say it. I'm totally on the spectrum. I can say that. Nobody is mentally unstable enough as me to make the exact same video hundreds of times, changing nothing but the thing that you're talking into. That takes somebody who is far down the autism spectrum to do. And I would say that's my superpower. So I'm totally offending so many people. So I am going to use that as a strength. I am going to create a catalog of videos that I think are incredibly valuable and useful to my viewers. So you need to determine what your strengths are. For example, are you an incredibly likable person? Then maybe you can make a daily vlog. Maybe you can make one of these channels like Jack Sucks at Life or Jacksepticeye or PewDiePie or Casey Neistat, where you are charismatic, likable, you can just talk, and people want to hang out with you. Because ultimately that's what a lot of streams are, that's what a lot of videos are. They are personality-based, and that personality is just somebody that we want to spend time with and feel as though we're hanging out with them. If that's you, use that strength to your advantage. Make personality-driven content, daily vlogs, comedy bits, just hanging out and ranting about whatever you want. It's not my strength, so I'm not going to do it. Are you an incredibly technical person? Do you have technical knowledge that is not widely known? If so, you can use that to your advantage as well. You can make technical videos where you're conveying this knowledge in an easy way to follow. Make it clear and concise. Make it so you are the voice of knowledge on that topic area. If nobody's doing it, that's a huge strength. That's a huge benefit for you. If you're first to market with a video like that, an entire channel focused on that can be huge. Or are you crazy like me and you're willing to waste all your time, all your money? Are you on the spectrum? Are you autistic like me, where you are willing to make the exact same video and spend all your money every single week, never ending forever, because companies will always have new microphones, knowing that you'll never find that final microphone, you'll never buy your last mic because it's never going to end. You're in your own personal repetitious hell. You're never escaping this thing alive. If that's you, start testing. I do enjoy what I do. I'm just ribbing myself and my entire existence for the absurdity of what it is. Okay. I hope that was helpful. Alex, was it Alex? I hope that was helpful. Best of luck to you. Let me know how everything goes in a couple of months, what you've done to improve, and how people are enjoying it. Thank you very much, Alex. Let's jump to the last submission. This comes from DM Khan. Take it away, DM Khan.
Hey, Bandrew, this is DM Khan. I'm a fellow YouTuber, and I just got 10,000 subscribers, so I bought myself this lovely U87 that you're listening to. And I just wanted to say thanks so much for the U87 video that you did. Not only are all of your microphone videos super insightful and nerdy in the greatest way, they also help a lot of people make decisions on what to buy. So my question for you, Bandrew, is, have you ever considered a DIY microphone kit, like something from micparts.com or another clone microphone company? I have built a couple of the S387s, which are obviously U87 clones, and they are very cool. But being kind of a nerd, and I mean that in a good way, I think soldering would be cool for you. In any ways, I encourage you to try it. But if not, tell me why, because you're going to burn your house down, and then there won't be any more microphone reviews. I have no idea. But anyways, thanks for your show, and looking forward to hearing your answer. Big up.
All right, DM Khan, thank you very much for the voice submission. The first thing that I want to say is congratulations on 10,000 subscribers. That is a massive achievement, a massive accomplishment, a massive milestone that is no small feat. That is a difficult thing to do, so congratulations there. And congratulations on buying the last microphone you will ever buy. I wish I knew what it felt like. You now have a microphone that you will be using for 3 decades into the future, as long as you take care of it. And that has to feel good. Knowing you never have to buy another microphone, gosh darn. You lucky duck, you lucky duck. You sound great on it, by the way. Now, to answer the question, have I ever considered building one of those microphone kits? Yes, I have. I have considered doing it. I have not done it for multiple reasons. First, I am terrible at soldering. I am terrible at it. I did so to make a dummy XLR connector with a 150 ohm resistor between pin 2 and 3. This was a huge pain in the butt. I absolutely hated it. Secondly, I had to make an XLR cable for one of my Yellowtech boom arms because I didn't buy it with the XLR connector connected, and it sucked. It was difficult. I didn't like doing it. And that is why I have not made the leap to do it, because I know it would be difficult. I know I would suck at it, but I know it would help me improve at soldering. The other reason is I don't have a good place to do it. If I did buy one of these kits, I would want to film the entire process and publish it so people could tell me how terrible I am at everything, how I should just jump off a building. Oh, you can't solder properly, just kill yourself. I can already hear the comments of a video I haven't made yet and I hadn't planned on making, but I know exactly what the comments would be. It would just be nonstop. Oh, you should just end it all. You can't even solder properly. You end your life. It's not even worth living. You can't even solder a keyboard. But that's one reason. It is that I don't have a good space. I'm not going to film in my kitchen, which is where I have done my soldering in the past, because I don't want people to be able to see and witness what a disgusting, slobby monster I am. As I'm soldering, as Cheeto dust falls from my chin into the solder, and then it becomes some kind of Chester Cheetah-styled XL. No, I'm not going to do that. I also don't want to solder in a carpeted area for fear of me being clumsy, knocking my solder iron onto the carpet and burning everything down and losing my entire livelihood. That seems like a terrible route to go as well. So once I have a place that is a proper workbench where I don't have to have those concerns about Cheeto dust and sausages and pepperoni pizza being in the frame of soldering video or burning my home down. Once I have that, then I will consider doing it, because I think that would be interesting, learning how to do that, and that would probably give me a better understanding of how microphones function, and that would be good to have because I talk about microphones all day. Water break. Are we going to leave that dead silence in there? Maybe. It's Halloween. It's the Halloween episode. Dead air is scary because it's dead. Let's leave the dead air in there for that purpose alone, because I just called it dead air. Okay. There's your answer, DM Con again. Congratulations on 10,000 subs, and congratulations on buying the U87 AI. You sound wonderful, and good luck for the next 30 years using that. Great pickup. And that's it for this episode. Let me go ahead and put on my Jason Voorhees mask as I remove my glasses to expose my beady little eyes and homunculus face. Okay. If you are celebrating Halloween, I hope you have an amazing, safe Halloween. As I mentioned, check for razor blades in your cotton candy, needles in your movie seats, and anything and everything in between. Check for machetes outside your bedroom window and all that stuff. I hope you have an amazing Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Next Sunday, I will talk at you and potentially murder you, because I am a slice of pepperoni pizza that was transformed into Jason Voorhees, or maybe the exact opposite. I'm not quite sure. Maybe I was Jason Voorhees who pissed off a witch. Maybe I went into Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, and put on a mask and became a slice of pizza. I don't know. Have a happy Halloween, a safe Halloween, and I will talk to you next week because I have nothing else to say. Okay, bye-bye.
This has been a Geeks Rising production. Your executive producer is Bandrew Scott. For more information, head over to www.geeksrising.com.